Part 2 of our Wales qualifying series on 2010 FIFA World Cup South Africa. We are top of the group with 12 points. Of course, we're about 5 points clear of Serbia at the moment. Norway have a game in hand, so we just got to keep up this fantastic run that we're doing right now with Wales, and hopefully we'll outright qualify. It's going to be quite a small qualifying series with Wales, but I'm hoping to at least make it to the World Cup. And we're back again against Macedonia, this time at home in Cardiff, and of course it's on legendary difficulty because it is the best and most fun way to play these games. We have 4 more matches to play and then we are done with the qualifying campaign, and I'm hoping Wales can finish top. I think the most important match in this video again is the Serbia match. Serbia are only just behind us, and as long as we can keep them away, then I think we'll be fine. Or however, Norway could be a problem, but I mean, even with that game in hand, they're still going to be 5 points behind us. So through ball to Armenia, and he just pushes his way past. He should be on incredible form right now. Saved by the keeper though that time. Ledley. Go on. Oh yes, it's in, and that's 1-0 to Wales. Joe Ledley has scored to make it 1-0, and the pressure has paid off. Much more pressure than Macedonia. We're just able to skip past that defender, align ourselves. Goalkeeper did save it, but it was basically in anyway. Over the top, Bellamy. Could this be 2? Oh, off the bar. He hit that a little bit too hard. But here comes Ledley, the goal scorer, and he just couldn't keep it on. Down to Bellamy. Can he push his way past? Saved by the keeper again. I think Bellamy was knocked off his stride. Again, Wales have a lot of shots, but can only really muster up the 1 goal at the moment. Some matches, they were really brilliant in the last part, but, you know, the Armenia match really stood out to be one of the biggest struggles I've had in a while. But that was a really nice finish by Davies, and that is 2-0. I don't know how he even pulled that off. It was crossed in here. It took me completely off guard, and he just all he did was lift his foot up pretty much and volleyed in for 2-0. Look at that. Nice technique, and it is 2-0. So through ball, here comes Robert Earnshaw. Could this be 3-0? Saved, but it's tapped in from the rebound, and Macedonia are getting crushed here at Cardiff. It is 3-0. Robert Earnshaw, 39th minute. I mean, the game's already over anyway. I don't think Macedonia have really tried that hard, to be honest. They've only had 1 shot, and that went over the bar. But Wales have been so clinical in this one. We were really fortunate to get a group like this. It wasn't like super easy. It could have been really easier than what we have right now. Just like, it's just absent of a big team. So at half time, Wales are 3-0 up over Macedonia. Incredible, really good start to this video. And of course, I'm hoping for more goals in the second half. Maybe we can make it 6-0 or something. So through ball, is that still going to be onside? It is, and poked into the middle, and that is 4-0. Macedonia are having a little bit of a howler now. The goalkeeper did try and save it. We baited him out by, you know, playing it out wide, and we got the easy tap in from the rebound. This might be one of Wales' best ever qualifying campaigns, surely. Like, we're unbeaten currently. We're scoring tons of goals, and yeah, I'm quite proud of this campaign so far. Oh, Macedonia got on the end of that one. I didn't even realise they were actually going to score that free kick. That's why I stayed silent. But no, decent free kick into the box. It was knocked on and then volleyed in. Macedonia's defence are really struggling with all this pressure from Wales. It's incredible how much pressure Wales have put on these teams. I doubt we'll be doing this against teams like Germany and stuff like that, but, you know, it's hopeful that if we do go to the World Cup, we could avoid some of the bigger teams, possibly. You know, the game's been quite kind to give me this kind of group. Crossed in, Macedonia have it, and it's volleyed in again. Well, a half volley, and that is 4-2 now. How on earth are you supposed to say that name? Shumalowski? He scores to make it 4-2 and gets a consolation goal. But again, it's not going to change anything really apart from Macedonia's scoreline. It's now 4-2. Corner in the 90th minute. What can we do here? Davis whips it in. It's headed away. Bellamy's got it. And it's volleyed over the bar. And that will be end of the game. Wales have won 4-2 over Macedonia. A really, really good result. Wales played so well in that first half. The first half was incredible. The pressure was fantastic. Yes, we did concede a couple of goals towards the end of that match, but I didn't expect to absolutely destroy Macedonia like 6-0 or something, even though I wanted that at half-time. I'll take a 4-2. So just to draw your attention just quickly to the group again, Serbia dropped points against, I believe, Armenia. They drew against them. So now we are even further ahead of Serbia now. We are 7 points clear on Serbia with 3 games remaining. So our second match of the video is going to be against Armenia. The last time we played Armenia, we had like 17 shots and only won by 1-0. It was a crazy game where I couldn't even hit the target. It was like I had Darwin Núñez's all over the team. It's a little bit unfair to Darwin Núñez, you know, but every sort of like year, we always have our scapegoat striker, don't we? You know, first it was like Lukaku, then it was Timo Werner, now it's Darwin Núñez. So, you know, every year we always have one. There's always one man that will not hit the target in world football. Go on, look at this play. Wales running on through here with Bellamy. Can he score? Saved by the keeper that time. I just know this game is going to be exactly the same as the last one. Bellamy, I just got taken out in the box. That's going to be a penalty and possibly a red card for the Armenian defender as well. I think he was last man. Yeah, that's it. Red card. So we're going to get the penalty now. And I'm thinking Gareth Bale should get a goal in this campaign. You know, he's been playing at left wing back and he hasn't seen much action in this campaign. So I'm sure people will be asking for Gareth Bale to be on the score sheet. So sorry Bellamy, you are going to be replaced by Bale on this penalty. Gareth Bale to step up and take the Armenian penalty. There we go. Boom, it's in, and Bale has scored to make it 1-0 to Wales. And Bale finally gets on the score sheet. And yeah, young Bale, you know, there you go. For the people that wanted Bale to score, there you go. He has a penalty. Good passing play by Wales. And the goalkeeper dives too early, and that is Earnshaw's goal for today, and that is 2-0. It's just so good by Wales. They're just so class on this game. Like, again, the opposition isn't as strong as what it could be, but, you know, that kind of goal was just so nicely taken. Making the goalkeeper dive earlier and then just slotting it in for 2-0. It's definitely a lot better game than what we saw at the first time round against Armenia. Good ball to Edwards. And that's 3-0. It's just so simple. Edwards has scored to make it 3, and the play as well was fantastic. I know that Armenia are down to 10 men, but this could be an absolute riot for Wales here. Look at this, just so much open space. Armenia go for it, it was saved, and oh, that was just off the top of the bar by Armenia. Very nice attempt, you know, the technique was good on the volley, the half volley I should say, and oh, they got so unlucky there. Half time, and yet again we are 3 goals up against our opponent, and you know, Wales are walking into this World Cup now. Mkhitaryan, no, it's just not going to happen for Armenia here, is it? You know, down to 10 men, it's going to be even harder to try and get goals against Wales. Free kick opportunity for Wales. Going to see if I can try and get this one in with Gareth Bale. See if I can try and score a free kick. It's quite a rare occurrence on these games, and there we go. Still as rare as it was before. Wales have won by 3-0 over Armenia. The second half wasn't really that exciting compared to the first, but that's okay. We still won, and Wales remain unbeaten with 2 games left to play. And I'm fairly sure if we beat Norway in the next match, we will 100% qualify from this group. So looking at the group stage table, just for the final time until the end of the campaign, Wales are actually 10 points clear of Serbia. Serbia do have a game in hand though, and Norway have 2 games in hand on us as well. So if we beat Norway, then we'll put it beyond all doubt pretty much. Here we go then, at home against Norway. We need to win to put every single team's qualifying hopes out of reach. Here comes Joe Ledley running down the wing. Is there a good crossing opportunity? Not quite. Headed back into the box and header. Oh, Earnshaw almost got it, and the shot is more towards the throw-in line than the actual goal. Through ball, Gareth Bale. Oh, good save. Bale again, and it just poked it towards the Norwegian keeper who was actually on the floor. Bale could have got his second goal of this qualifying campaign. John Carew now. That was a really good ball over the top, and Norway have actually scored to make it 1-0. Okay, well, John Carew's quite a tough player to actually shrug off the ball, and Norway have scored to make it 1-0. Norway have been so good defensively in this match, not letting us have anything at half-time. It's 1-0 to Norway, and, well, I mean, it doesn't matter that much, but I'd like Wales just to perk it up a little bit and maybe just try and get back into the game. Gareth Bale. And again, Norway, just so good, man. They're really good defensively. Wales just feel a little bit off the pace. Don't really feel like that actual sells, which is fine, you know, at this stage of the qualifying process. But Norway have been fantastic. Even there, when Risa just headed away that shot. Headed. Oh, it's gone in. That's 2-0. Norway have been really good in this match, and you can't really deny it. They've been so good defensively. They deserve a second goal just because, you know, they shut me down in this match. Bellamy. Oh, saved. Earnshaw off the post. Ah, it's just not giving it to us today, is it? Not in this match. Into the middle. It's Ramsey. Go on. Yes, 2-1. I mean, they fouled Earnshaw in the build-up, but Aaron Ramsey gets the goal, and that's 2-1. Okay, well, that's something. But, you know, I don't think we're still going to pull this one back. I don't think so. It's a through ball, and this could be a chance to equalise. And I just got taken out in the box by John Arisa. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. But this might be the goal that equalises for Wales, and Risa has been sent off. I mean, unlucky. He did try the risky slide. Unfortunately, he did mistime it, and now this is going to be a penalty. Again, Bale is going to take the penalty. Don't care if it's Bellamy. If I miss it, then it is my fault, of course. Bale, can he do it? Bang! It's 2-2, and Wales restore their unbeaten run in this qualifying campaign. Gareth Bale has scored the penalty to make it 2-2, and Norway have blown it. In the last 10 minutes, Wales staged a major comeback, and that is 2-2. Wow, I didn't expect that when we went 2-0 down. So that's going to be it. Wales and Norway had to settle for a draw in this one. Decent result. It pegs back Norway, and I don't know why Wales are going through sort of the frustrated cutscene sort of thing. It was a 2-2 draw where we were 2-0 down. That's something to celebrate, in my opinion. And that will pretty much secure World Cup qualification for Wales. So here we go then. Final match of this qualifying campaign. And we are away from home against Serbia. No matter what happens, we still qualify outright. We've done enough, and Wales have been absolutely amazing in this qualifying campaign. You know, it's been a small qualifying campaign, but really fun. I've really enjoyed it. Let's just try and remain unbeaten for the rest of this video, at least. You know, it doesn't really matter if we get to the World Cup and get blown away. I'm expecting the game to give me a really awful group stage. It's a good ball. Bellamy. And saved by the Serbian keeper, taking out there by the Serbian defender. Here comes Ledley. He's going to go for finesse. Oh, it's gone in. I didn't expect that. I thought it was going wide, but Joe Ledley has scored. And he has, well, absolutely stumped the Serbian keeper. 1-0 to Wales. And that was such a nice finish. I love those types of finesse shots where you're getting hassled, and it's that kind of animation as well. The Serbian keeper just didn't know what was coming. And I want to see this one more time. Ledley getting hassled by number 3 there. And he just goes, nope, see you later. And it just floats in. Bellamy, oh, just wide. The finesse shot wasn't quite what I wanted, but still tested the goalkeeper anyway. Earnshaw. And I got taken out there after the shot. That's going to be a penalty to Wales. And, well, I mean, that was such a silly challenge by Serbia as well. They're lucky not to get a red card there. Trying to get that goal tally up for Gareth Bale here. And Gareth Bale would take the pen. And bang, it's 2-0. Gareth Bale basically just takes penalties on this game now for me. Because he's playing at left wing back. You know, I want him to get goals, but, you know, from that position, he's not going to get goals. And if I put him up top, you know, there's no point. Through ball, I just got fouled there. And that's a second yellow card. He's off. Number 3 is off. An absolute stinker of a game from number 3 there. I mean, first he got done by the finesse shot. And then he gives away a penalty, and now he's been sent off. Got a couple of substitutions here. Wales going with Joe Allen and Aaron Ramsey for the final sort of half an hour of the game. First time I've used Joe Allen in this campaign, so we'll see what will happen with him and see if we can get him on the score sheet. Serbia, oh, good save. They're trying to get back in this game, and I don't blame them, but again, it doesn't change anything. Even if they get a comeback win, it will not change anything. Over the top to Joe Allen, but he doesn't get it. And, well, this has been a campaign to remember for Wales. An unbeaten campaign here in the 2010 FIFA World Cup game. Fantastic for Wales. And they'll be looking forward to getting their group as we go out this match. And a 2-0 victory over Serbia will 100% cement our place in the top of the group. Fantastic by Wales, absolutely amazing, and we march on to the 2010 FIFA World Cup in South Africa. So here comes the draw for the 2010 FIFA World Cup South Africa. Really good qualifying campaign from Wales, and here come the bigger teams and the host, of course, of this World Cup. South Africa in A, Portugal in B, Argentina C, D Spain, Brazil in E. Yep, you get it, you know, all the bigger teams. Right, where are Wales going to be in pot 2? And England going to Group A in this one. Okay, Montenegro go to Group B. Alright, well, if I want to pick any group, it's either Group F or Group G, I think. Denmark going to Group C. In Group D, we will have Poland. In Group E, we'll have Bosnia. It's looking very real. Come on, give me Group F or G. Come on. Yes! Alright, we're in the group with Czech Republic. I mean, it's not going to be super easy, of course, but it is easier than being in the group with, like, you know, Portugal, Argentina, Spain. You get it, you know. So Slovenia in Group G and Ukraine in Group H. Who will be joining us? Pot X is France, and that will be in Group E. Okay, cool. Alright, so Group E is looking a little bit stacked. Pot 3. Colombia in Group A. In Group B, we will have South Korea. In Group C, Japan. In Group D, we will have Ecuador. And then in Group E, it's Australia. Cool. In Group F, it will be Oman. Oh, this is just looking so perfect. The game is loving me right now. I bet you I get knocked out, though. I bet you I do. Saudi Arabia in Group G. And Paraguay will go into Group H. Who will be in pot 4 for our group? Okay, so we got USA in Group A. In Group B, we will have Mali. Group C, we'll have Morocco. In Group D, we will have Honduras. Group F, Burkina Faso. Okay, cool. That's actually a nice little group for Wales. It's actually a very, again, it's a very well-rounded group where there's not many bigger nations in there. The only team that could really destroy me is the Czech Republic, and it's happened before in my runs where I've come up against the Czechs and they've blown me away. Alright then guys, so I'm sure you're itching to find out how people qualified and stuff like that, so we're going to go through it in the last part of this video. That's how our group finished in Europe, with Wales top and Serbia in second. Serbia didn't make it to the World Cup, so I'm not sure whether or not they got bounced out in the playoffs or whatever. We'll have a look in a second. But let's have a look at Group A. Ukraine topped that group, unbeaten with 28 points. Estonia got into the playoffs in the end over Iceland. Really, again, it wasn't a group with a huge team in there, unless you count Ukraine, but it was really for the taking for any of those nations, really. But Iceland missed out on the playoffs by 3 points. Estonia nabbed that playoff spot, and Ukraine obviously went through to automatically to the World Cup. In Group B, we will have England going through, and Italy went to the playoffs, and Romania only missed out by 3 points. Greece missed out by 5 points in the end, so unlucky Greece. Latvia and Bulgaria were just a little bit too far behind. In Group C, Slovenia went through automatically, again another unbeaten side, and Poland went through to the playoffs. Scotland missed out by 4 points, and Northern Ireland missed out by 5 points. Okay, so this is one of the bigger groups in Europe. Spain, Portugal, Russia, Sweden and Croatia all fighting for qualification. Spain went through automatically. Portugal went to the playoffs. Russia missed out by 4 points in the end. Sweden missed out by 8 points. And Croatia as well, a little bit too far behind, 9 points behind. So, you know, there were obviously going to be some big casualties in this group. The way European qualifying, when I randomized it at the start, it really gave us a massive mixed bag of groups. You know, you got your easy groups, and then you got your really like tough group of deaths here. In Group E, Denmark went through automatically, of course. Bosnia went to the playoffs. Switzerland missed out by a single point. Belarus missed out by 3 points as well, and Cyprus weren't that far behind either in the end. In Group F, the Czech Republic finished top of that group. Israel went to the playoffs. Finland missed out by 2 points, Slovakia missed out by 4 points, and Kazakhstan and Moldova were too far behind. In Group G, and this is another huge group, and I can't believe that it's turned out like this, for one reason. If you remember from my last video, the first part of the Wales video, Ireland were actually top of this group by about 4 points or something like that. And somehow Holland managed to beat them to the automatic spot. France went through in second place to the playoffs. Germany missed out by a single point. And obviously Ireland missed out by 4 points in the end on that playoff spot. Hungary and Turkey were really there just to fill out the rest of the group. But, you know, Hungary and Turkey are still, like, decent side. So that group is probably one of the hardest groups I've seen in the European qualifying zone. And in Group H, Montenegro finished top of that group with 24 points. Albania went to the playoffs for 18 points. Georgia missed out by a single point. Austria missed out by 2 points in the end. And Liechtenstein and Andorra, of course, were always going to be bottom of the group. Checking out Africa, Morocco went through over Cameroon on goal difference. That was incredibly close, but Morocco qualified. In Group B, Burkina Faso dominated that group, unbeaten with 16 points. Nigeria having a really bad campaign in that group. In Group C, Algeria went through unbeaten as well. In Group D, it was Mali, again unbeaten in that qualifying campaign. Ghana not doing that much really compared to Mali. And in this group, in Group E, Ivory Coast went through 5 points ahead of Congo and Tunisia. In Asia, this is how it looks like, and there isn't much variety when it comes to like qualifying in the Asia zone. It's always the same kind of teams that go through on this game anyway. But Australia and Japan go through. Oman went to the playoffs. And China and Uzbekistan missed out in Group A. In Group B, it was Saudi Arabia and South Korea that went through automatically. Iran went to the playoffs, and North Korea and UAE missing out. In Oceania, I mean, do you expect anything else? It was New Zealand. In South America, it looks like this. Argentina came top. Brazil only a point behind them, and then 10 points behind Brazil. Paraguay finished third. Ecuador finished fourth. Colombia went to the playoffs. Uruguay missed out by 2 points, and Peru not too far behind Colombia as well, finishing 4 points below them. Even Chile and Bolivia weren't actually that far behind. It was very close in the end. And the last group, we have Honduras going through with 20 points in CONCACAF, Mexico going through with 17, United States with 13, El Salvador went to the playoffs, but they almost got that automatic spot away from the United States. Suriname and Trinidad and Tobago are eliminated. So, checking out the final part of this video is the playoff results. So, Estonia went to the playoffs alongside Poland, and Poland beat Estonia 2-1 in the end over the 2 legs. Unlucky Estonia. That would have been so cool if Estonia actually made it. In Group B, Albania put up a really good fight against Portugal, but Portugal prevailed in the end 2-1 over the 2 legs. In Group C, you have France absolutely demolishing Israel by 7-1. I don't know why France went through with an asterisk in Pot X. I don't really get that. I mean, I think it's because, you know, they were the bigger team, possibly. I think someone can explain it in the comments, but yeah, they went through, beating Israel 7-1. And in Group D, Bosnia and Italy had a phenomenal playoff round, 4-4 in the end. But I think Bosnia, I mean, obviously Bosnia went through because they are here at 2010 World Cup, but I think they went through on the away goals rule, I believe, unless they went to penalties or something. But then I think the game would have told me if they won on penalties, so I think that they went through on the away goals rule. In the Asia one, it was Oman winning 5-3 over Iran over the 2 legs, so quite an exciting tie between those two. In the Asia-Oceania playoffs, Oman then went on to beat New Zealand by 3-2. New Zealand did put up a good fight in the end, but Oman squeezed out an away victory over New Zealand to go to the World Cup. And finally, El Salvador took the lead over Colombia in the first leg, but then Colombia came back with a 2-0 victory to make it 2-1 on aggregate to Colombia. Unlucky El Salvador, you were so close. And that is the end of your Wales qualifying series. Well, your part 2 of your qualifying series. There's still one more part to go, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, then give it a like and subscribe. Keep it loco as always, and I'll see you again for the next video.